All right, what's up, traders? So today we're going over EJ again, another entry on that long that we're going to be looking at. Similar to the video I made yesterday on the 13th. We are looking at Wednesday, February 14th. And so again, daily, I had this area here that was just resistance, 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 broke up, came back, acted as support. Then we have resistance again, and this turns into support again with this wick. And then we hold the 50 EMA there on the daily. So we've got the L50 rising into the buy zone, which is above the 50 value. The RSI bouncing off, which gives us this big breakout candle here on the daily. So what we're doing here is we're looking to potentially go long. So we already caught a little move to the upside previously on that trade breakdown yesterday. But again, we got this area here. So resistance, you can see the wick, resistance as it was support previously, and it's holding as support. We really get close here. Got a wick, holds a support, try to push down, holds a support, and then we get a breakout. Big rejection to the upside from that. So big bullish candle. And now drop down to the 4 hour as always, using those time frames to correlate everything, make sure everything looks good. Now this was an area here that on the 4 hour, you have support. Draw that over. Support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support. Tries to break down as we talked about yesterday, comes back up, pushes to the upside, and then we get a pull back into this high here. And we'll see on the 1 hour how this was sort of consolidation. So we had a zone drawn here, resistance, resistance, breaks out, and I was looking for it to come back down and retest this area. As I mentioned yesterday, potential to come back down here, but we were seeing how it plays out. It ends up meeting the 50 EMA on the 1 hour here. And on this 1 hour entry, you'll see us have head and shoulders neckline here. The head and shoulders is actually going to be on the 15-minute, which I'll drop down. And you'll see how we got this entry off of this after the 1 hour shifts 8 and the 21 up. So rejection of 50 EMA into the breakout shift candle, which the RSI closed above the L50 at that time. And then those shift candles tend to pull back. So since I knew we had a 15-minute head and shoulder there, and here that is. So left shoulder, head tries to break past this zone. That's that big rejection. Comes back up here, creates a neckline, right shoulder, and then breaks that. And that's where we come back down into the head and shoulder neckline. So that's where I was able to enter here with the stop at the bottom of the 1 hour breakout candle. And I was just looking for a 2R. It's 2.1 to the Asian range high. It's working higher now off rejection of this zone. This zone I put in after the fact, after it had broke up for an area to come back and retest potentially before moving higher, and it does just that. So no entry for us here off the charts after the win here. We also had another entry on EJ as well on the 30-minute, and this you'll see the RSI comes up through the L50. L50 holds that 50 value in the buy zone. And then what happens is this, and since we had that potential right shoulder, we're actually looking at this 30-minute shift candle. So pulls the trend up through, the RSI is coming up through, 30-minute shifts up. So we actually entered on this shift in the 8 and 21 up, and then that got us in before the 1 hour shift candle. So this was our best entry. This goes 3.8R on this one. So we were able to get into that, set our take profit at the Asian range high, and then we got back in right here around 161.33. Again, with that 1 hour at the bottom of the 1 hour candle for the stop. And that also hits the Asian range high. All right, so I apologize, my light keeps dying there. But you see it held this zone. Now what we're looking for, potentially, I mean, it may go up, get above this high before pulling back. We may get another rejection here, pull back, and then break on the third attempt up. We'll have to see how it plays out. Won't be trading this till maybe later this evening, or sometime in the London session in New York tomorrow. But again, we have the head and shoulders confirmation off that, the potential right shoulder with that 30-minute shift up. The 1 hour shifts up. We come back down into that neckline zone where we take the long entry, and we hit the Asian range high fairly easily there. So we're able to hold that trade and make more on that today. So there'll have been a lot of entries long on EJ. If you just stick with it and get that move to the upside, follow the zones, really find out where the market is reacting at. Where are you getting the reactions at? This is perfect. Like right here, you get the resistance, tried to push it down, came back up, resistance, and then we finally break through. So we know this is a fairly strong level of resistance. And as that 1 hour comes back into it, uses it as support and moves to the upside, we can take advantage of that and get into the trade. All right. So last one I wanted to go over actually was the 15-minute as well. So this would have been a little bit more of an aggressive entry. 15-minute shifts up, neckline, comes back, potential right shoulder. You could have entered here. If you look left, we've got area here. We got resistance, 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 support, resistance, resistance, break up, and it could be using it as support again into that move to the upside. So that's what really led to that 30-minute shift being taken. And then the 1 hour momentum as well was it all started with the 15-minute here to move to the upside. So we had multiple time frame confirmation that we're moving in this direction. Even though the L50 is down in the sell zone, it is moving up to the upside. So with that 30-minute and the 1 hour being in the buy zone, that kind of gives us our bias to go long here, along with multiple other things, head and shoulders, above the 50 EMA, off the zones. Everything worked together on this one to give us a very probable trade and a good winner. I hope that helps break down the market a little bit for you, kind of what we're looking for in the zones and the areas that are going to be areas of interest that you want to get into the market. Have a wonderful day.